And we are coming down in 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to Getting Sports with Drunk. I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler, and I'm joined by
Mark.
Arena.
Bad song.
I am Healthy Mock.
The Master's Massey.
And the Red of a Red Baron.
Yeah, Paul. We're here live on Getting Sports with Drunk Radio Network. That's just what's happening.
So-
we're here.
284.
Yeah, we're here live from the White Sox being terrible. Yeah, they're getting smoked again. They're so bad. They're just a bad. They're going to lose 120 games, Kyle.
Maybe.
No, there's no maybe, Kyle. They're on pace to lose 140. All right. Quick starting lineups. Mass, what do you got?
Drinking margarita.
A margarita?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. Way to celebrate your birthday.
Margaritaville.
Mock, what you got?
I have nothing.
Nice.
Feel like garbage.
Some Metamucil.
Yeah.
Solzy.
I am drinking Nestle water.
It's a Nestle, but cool.
I was going to ask what Nestle is.
You just have to turn your mind to retard, and then you can decipher Kyle.
It's a mostly wood beverage.
I tell you that one cut hard. You went really Kendall on him.
Didn't care for that.
It wasn't meant to be defensive. It's just Kyle says stupid shit.
It's not what you said. It's how you said it. Said every girlfriend ever.
Yeah, my heart's broken.
Shut up, Kyle. Reed, what do you got?
Continuing on with the Von Trapp Brewing Variety Pack, I have a Bohemian Style Lager.
Nice.
Paul?
And how is it?
It's Bohemian.
So you've already tasted it?
Nope, not yet. Just reading the can.
Kinda seems like you tried it.
I do have to pour it in the glass, though.
No, nice. I am drinking from Victory Brewing Company their Grapefruit Summer Ale Motel Paloma.
Motel Pomaloa.
Did you say Paloha? Did you just combine Paloma and Aloha?
Pomaloa.
Oh, Pomaloha. So you combined 5 words there.
Yeah, you get it.
I don't think anybody gets it, Kyle.
So they're here for it.
Drinking tequila together. Cheers.
So, I mean, mine's technically a beer.
Paloma's supposed to be tequila.
Well, that's the thing. It's like, because it's a grapefruit summer ale, like, Palomas are grapefruit based. But here's the thing. I'll cheers to you for us drinking summer beverages.
Good enough.
That'll do, donkey.
Yeah,
Quick toast of excellence.
I'll go first.
Okay.
My toast of excellence is to Bryce Harper for having another baby.
Did you name it Kyle?
I have no idea.
Did you want to toast him blowing the no-hitter?
He went on the maternity list today.
It says here the son is Dylan.
That's like Kyle. Has a Y.
Drinks Monster.
I think it's all a cover-up because he's just mad he blew the no-hitter.
Maybe.
That's funny. That's funny. Reed, you got anything?
Yes. I have here. Sorry, I just lost it. Through 3 starts, a Chicago Cubs pitcher. Oh my God, how do you say this guy's name?
Manamana.
Yeah. Basically, through 3 starts, still has a 0 ERA.
Phenomena.
My toast is to Matt Ryan for calling it a career.
You ever just had someone who's pretty much never had an opinion on Matt Ryan toast Matt Ryan before?
I thought he was all right, and he, blew a pretty good Super Bowl. Just blew it.
He didn't blow shit.
What's that?
He didn't blow shit. The defense did.
I mean,
Phenomena.
Oh,
What?
that's of excellence.
There's so many. No. I had one, but I forgot what it was now. Hold on. Let me go to my photos real quick. I usually screenshot them so that I can go back to them.
I have 2. I can save you with one for a second.
There, go ahead.
Toast of excellence to Applebee's for being named the official grill and bar of the NFL.
Which is awesome.
It's so dumb.
I personally am a humongous fan of it.
say it one more time.
Applebee's has been named the official grill and bar of the NFL.
Oh,
I know you hate them, Mark, but that's great.
it's very funny, but it's just like, what? I'm sorry, were dumpsters not available?
Hey, Applebee's is a lot better than Los Mariachis.
That's fine.
Well,
They're both terrible.
no, Los Mariachis is the worst restaurant of all time.
I don't
Oh,
even know what
you
Hallsbury
should have
is.
just go there back in the day all the time.
This is a dump.
I used to go there because they let me drink when I was 18. I wasn't going there because I loved the tapas.
You go to the top.
Great
What
atmosphere.
You and
What
Shannon
is, what is Los Mariachis?
It's a Mexican restaurant by my house.
O'Brien.
It used to be better. They sold it a few years ago. It's pretty garbage now.
Yeah.
Okay. Kendall, I'm kind of disappointed in you.
Why's that?
We had
Just
3
because
New
you're
Jersey. Well, that too. We had 3 New Jersey reveals this week, and you didn't mention a single one of them in your toast.
You know, that
He
is
likes
very
alternate
true.
throwbacks.
That I am a failure in that regard. What I will say quickly though is I didn't really care for the Philly City Connect. I didn't really care for the Mets City Connect. The hat's okay, and the jury's out on me on this Houston alternate.
None of those 3 were the ones I was talking about, but
That's hilarious.
Well, more jerseys to go then.
the Jets, the Lions, and the Broncos.
Broncos brought back Orange Crush, right?
Yep.
Um,
They have that as a throwback, but their other uniforms are actually different.
Did you guys see like these like projected new Giants jerseys?
No.
Oh, I
No.
gotta try and find the picture. If this
Oh,
is
there's that.
real, they are fucking terrible.
Put it in
Massey,
the Discord chat.
are the
But
Lions going with the black jerseys? Is that actually happening?
it's their alternate.
But that is official.
Yeah.
I saw a post. Maybe it was just an old post. Like, oh, you have to do some. The owner said something to Dan Campbell about, oh, if you do something, then we'll bring those back.
Yeah, if you go to the playoffs, we'll bring them back.
Oh, so then it was an old post.
Paul, did you find your toast of excellence?
I couldn't find the sports one that I was looking for. So instead, I'll just go with the toast to myself. I like somehow unlocked a portion of my Jurassic World game. That allowed me to unlock creatures like the actual ones from the movies. So like now I have like Rexy from like the T-Rex, like from the first Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
And it's really increased my inability to put this game down.
How much have you spent on it so far?
$0.
Proud of you, bud.
And Mark,
$0. It's been tough. It's been
You're
tough.
just a double click away, Paul.
What?
It's just a double click away.
It's not even a double click anymore. It's just my face. What's really cool though is that like now there's like this special feature on the phone where like if I do click it, it goes, hey, Are you sure, you dumb fuck?
Bless you.
With the
Really,
sneeze
Kendall?
included.
Really, Kendall? You
Sorry.
really had to just like steal my thunder there?
I'm so sorry. It hurt a lot.
I don't really think you are.
Hey, so I got a couple other funny things from this week.
Do it.
Mock, those are terrible, by the way.
So for Kendall and Mock, the Warriors are out of the playoffs after losing to Sacramento, and Klay Thompson went 0-11 again, or 0 for 11 from the floor against them. I tell you that to tell you this: Twitter is using AI to try and like power their trending sidebar.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is this the Steph Curry thing?
No. This is even personally funnier to me. The new trending tab thought that Klay Thompson was being accused of vandalizing houses by throwing bricks at them because he went 0 for 10 from the floor.
Very funny.
That's funny.
So it made up an entire thing about him vandalizing houses and bricks because of it.
That's so funny. Ugh.
Aaron Boone was thrown out in the first inning today by Hunter Wendelstedt.
I saw something about this, but I didn't read it.
So there was a fan behind the Yankees dugout that was heckling the umpire. Umpire couldn't tell where the heckling was coming from. Thought it was in the Yankees dugout. So he just turned and tossed Boone to be safe and less controversial.
That's so funny.
And then later doubled down. He's like, man, I didn't know where it came from, but I was pretty sure it was the Yankees dugout, so fuck him.
That's the type of shit that like you expect to hear from Kyle at a DAG game, not in the MLB.
It was the first inning, too.
That's
Boone was-
so fucking
Boone
funny.
literally never opened his mouth. He's kind of like just sitting there chewing dip or whatever he's doing, but all of a sudden he's thrown out.
That is so fucking
It's
funny.
incredible.
That is awesome.
Mm-hmm. Was the last? There was one more stupid thing I wanted to say. I can't remember.
I got plenty of stupid stuff.
I sent you guys the uniform.
Yeah, it looks pretty fucking terrible.
They shouldn't go forward with that.
It looks awful.
It looks
Oh,
pretty-
Look at
actually,
a rugby team.
I have another toast. No,
Yep.
it's not really a toast. It's just more of like a shout out to Massey for sending me this thing. This was I think it was last week, but was it after the show? Can't remember.
No idea what you're talking about.
The Stanley Cup thing.
Oh, that was like a week and a half ago.
Was it before last show though?
Yeah.
Was it? Anyway. Massey sent me a video of like an interview of one of the like replacement Stanley Cup like 8 travel agents type guys that like there's always a representative with the cup when the players tour with it after they win it.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a pretty cool interview that Massey found, and it's pretty cool because nobody else sends me hockey stuff. So fuck you guys.
What I think about it.
Kyle. Normally that's all that would matter, but fuck you.
It's fair.
We
All
also
right,
got
we're on
to
the
talk
same
about.
page.
We also got to talk about the last thing. Bill Belichick will be a co-host with Pat McAfee for the NFL draft, and I think that's going to be incredible.
I almost like don't want to watch it because I feel like just the sound of it makes me uncomfortable.
Oh yeah, 100%. But I'm gonna watch it.
Like I think that's the definition of cringe.
Yeah, but I'm still gonna watch it.
Yeah, talk about
Oh, I'd also like to give a toast to the Philadelphia head coach, whatever his name is. He's a piece of shit.
Nick Sirianni.
Yeah, fuck him.
punchable face.
I don't like
agree.
him because he wears just like a long sleeve T-shirt when he's coaching.
Yeah.
And I just hate that.
Crack
They
'em.
need to bring back. They need to bring back making NBA coaches wear suits.
Belichick would like that. It'd be really funny if they brought it back after he's done coaching. All right, crack him.
All right. Well, there's really, there's not. This is unfortunately this is the greatest week in sports, for me personally. But with that being said, there's really only one topic. But you got baseball is starting to get into full swing. You're starting to see like certain teams and players develop into who they're going to be the rest of the season. You got the first round of the NBA and the NHL playoffs, but all the series are just a little too early to really dive too much into. Plus, the first round of the NBA playoffs so far has just been blowout central. But then but then you got the NFL draft, which I'm okay with having the hype around because it's an actual like real like NFL spectacle type event. It's not some fake shit like transition tag day. And but it's here. The draft is as we're recording this is 3 days away, and there's projected to be some movements and splashes made from a couple teams and that are represented here, and the Rams are on the quest to create the best white trio in receiving history.
Would be
And the
so
Steelers
funny.
the Steelers are going to steal her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So let's talk draft, man.
Yeah.
Massey, I give you the keys to this.
Who did the homework?
I've been doing homework since like April.
You don't count. I know you're good.
You don't count. I have done a lot of research on, I would say, who's projected to go like in the top 20, because that's where like I've been really focusing on the Bears' 9th pick. But I read all the articles you sent me today.
All right, good enough. All right, let's get into this, boys.
I'm naked.
So is this ready?
Irrelevant, but acceptable. So the question lies this year, starting at about the 3rd overall pick.
No. The first overall pick. Is it McCarthy or Penix?
Who's to say? But for my money, it's probably Caleb Williams.
Oh, that's the easy bet, though.
Never pass on the Bears to do something fucking stupid, though. I give you that.
There you go.
They literally haven't met with another prospect, though.
Even more of a reason why they would do it.
It would be one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life.
Here's the thing. If I'm the Bears, and if you're going to do something stupid, do something really stupid. You go Bowers first overall.
It would be the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life.
First press conference, Ryan Poles comes right out and he goes, I'm just surprised people didn't see this coming when we signed veteran tight end Gerald Everett. We're trying to put together the best trio of tight ends in NFL history.
It's even funnier when Ryan Pace walks in and looks at fucking... Who'd you say they drafted?
Bowers.
Walks in, looks at Bowers and goes, shit, I turned the wrong card in.
Oh. Actually, Ryan Pace just like comes in with like a steel chair, hits Ryan Poles. Like, oh my god, it's Ryan Pace. He's back for his job.
I don't fucking know who your team is. I don't care.
Oh,
all right.
Go ahead. Sorry.
So, Bears are taking Caleb Williams number 1.
Correcto mundo.
That hasn't been a question since they got the first overall. And anybody who thinks it is dumb.
Well, there was a small thing.
No, there wasn't.
All right, whatever. But yes, the Bears are going to take Caleb Williams.
Caleb Williams is coming into one of the best situations for a rookie quarterback in a long, long time. I can't think of another rookie in the last like 7 years that's had. Wow, he didn't even make it till 9.
He said, I told you. I told him he wouldn't make it to the Giants pick, and he said that would be a bummer. Dude didn't even make it past the Bears pick.
Just gonna go ahead and move him to the cancel channel. He'll realize. So Caleb is coming into a really good spot. Um,
Yeah,
he's
he's got
got,
plethora of weapons.
and the Bears have done nothing but build to make sure that he's going to be in a great position to succeed. The question becomes number 2.
Yeah.
Now, if you had asked me on Friday, I would have wholeheartedly said this was Jaden Daniels. 100%. And I would have said that because everything says that he was the biggest riser. He has the most talent, and everybody says that May needs to sit for a year.
That's
However,
fine.
recently, but
Sorry, Mock said he wasn't snoring; he was breathing.
he's full of shit.
Just trying to breathe, man. I was here listening to you guys.
You're full of shit, and you know it. However, did you guys hear about the Commander's draft visit?
I did not.
Yes.
So the Commanders brought 20 of their top 30 picks in at the same time, which, to be clear, a lot of teams do it. Rams used to do it, 49ers do it, a lot of teams do it.
Yeah, but do they all take him to Top Golf?
I don't know, man. I'd like to go to Top Golf.
Yeah, I'd like to just get some top.
Yeah.
Ew.
But this may have apparently rubbed Jaden Daniels the wrong way, and there is a little bit of drama brewing that he might be trying to pull a bit of a Manning here and say, hey, I don't want to play for Washington.
I'm gonna be
He
honest,
hasn't-
Matthew.
What?
I don't think Daniels was ever the pick.
You think it's May all the way?
Yeah, I think they're going Drake May.
I don't know. I really think he can go either way.
Like Drake May is the most ready prospect.
No, he's not. Not even close.
No, between the two.
Even still, not even close. Jaden Daniels can start right away. Drake May should sit for a year.
I don't know. Well, either way, whoever they pick is going to start.
I don't know. If they pick May, they can start Mariota and let him have the brains for a while. I don't know. I'm interested to see what happens. Because that's really going to determine the tone for the rest of the draft.
Well, they
'Cause
should
I-
also go JJ McCarthy.
Man, I tell you what, some fires would be lit. So you got the big 3 right now. You've got Caleb Williams, Drake May, and Jaden Daniels. You've got 3 at the top looking for a quarterback. You've got
Is there-
Bears, Commanders, and Patriots.
But so, I mean, I feel like it's worth saying. Just like, I mean, I know the Giants are the team that everyone is like linking it to, but like, I feel like there's been a lot of like positive like things about McCarthy going around. Is there any chance that he is one of those 2 picks?
Could be.
I would be extremely shocked if he was. I wouldn't be shocked if he was the 3rd quarterback taken, but I would be surprised if he went 1 and 2. Just from everything I've read, listened, and watched last month. And it's a real shame because before the draft even started, I was praying to God he was going to drop to the middle of the first, and we could have taken him to be the successor for Stafford. But
The only reason I say it is just because like if Jaden Daniels and Washington don't have like a mutual agreement, and like you know like that could open the door for him to go, because I don't think Washington's going to trade out of that pick.
no, I think at that point they'll look to take May because all of them were there. Drake
No, I
May,
understand.
Jaden Daniels, and JJ McCarthy were all at the top 20.
No, I agree. I get it. I just feel like out of everything I've seen and like read, like from my own research, which granted does come with a Bears bias because a lot of it came from those types of reportings. You know, like a lot of people like are like it seems like a lot of people like are just not sold on Drake May.
Here's the thing. Everybody's said that May needs a year to sit, and I would agree. You give him a year to sit, and I think he'll be fine. It's
Can-
learning to get to the speed of the NFL.
So what? Like you think Drake May would get like drafted, and then you think Washington would start Mariota for a year?
I think if Daniels doesn't want to go there and they cave to that, yes, that would be the smart move for them to make.
I mean, I see what you're saying. I just can't see Washington doing that.
I don't
could
think
agree
that
with you.
they're on. I don't think they're on any kind of timetable right now. I think they're perfectly fine with doing what they're doing and going for it all. Like
I agree.
Who's their
they're not in a.
They're not on a timetable, but I also agree that there is the like. I think there will be a small amount of pressure from like new ownership to new coach to fan.
I think to a degree, but everything that is said from everybody that they've brought in from like the NFL front office, they brought in who was the GM for the Warriors that they brought in.
I don't remember his name, but I know who you're talking about.
They brought him in. They brought and I've heard his name 40 times this week. Adam Peters. Adam Peters over from San Francisco. I think this is going to be a real big confab of let's pick the right guy and put him in the right situation to succeed. And
With them bringing in Cliff Kingsbury, I guess I can see Jaden Daniels being the pick.
I still hate Cliff Kingsbury's offense. That's just me.
I get it, but that's like
Do you
he's
think
going to want
Arizona
to
trades at a 4?
So here's the thing we're going to discuss. Because it all depends on what happens with Washington, who Washington takes. I think it's crazy to say that Washington or that New England walks out of here without a quarterback. I really do. That being said, if their pick is May and they don't like Jaden Daniels and Washington picks Drake May, I think New England can look to trade out of the 3rd overall pick and trade back to 10 or 11.
Yeah,
and
they
I
can.
think they'll pick up Penix or Hicks or somebody like that. This is that those first 3 are where the rest of the board will fall from, depending on how those 3 go. I think it goes quarterbacks 1, 2, 3, 4. That's
You
just
think the Giants trade to 4? Hello?
I'm thinking.
Oh.
I don't see Arizona trading their pick.
If it's
Well-
with the Giants, I do.
The Giants are the only team I think they would trade with because then they can get O'Dousney or Malik Neighbors.
Correct.
But I don't think they would trade with anybody else.
Correct. I don't think they go that far back. I think
Because Tennessee's not going to trade up, Atlanta's not going to trade up, Chicago's not going to trade from the 9. The Jets aren't going to trade and I don't think unless the Vikings were willing to give everything, I don't think the Cardinals would want to go all the way to 11.
No. I can't see them missing out on a top wide receiver prospect, especially with just losing Hunt.
But my thing is I just like I've seen 3 things more than anything else. Is I've seen the Giants taking like either O'Dousney or Malik Neighbors at 6. I've seen them taking trading up and getting JJ McCarthy at 4, and then I've seen them taking Joe Alt at 6. I hate the Joe Alt thing because that never works for the Giants pretty much ever.
Yep.
So don't do that. I don't hate them getting a receiver at 6 just because like do they have a franchise quarterback in their locker room? No, but they do have they have serviceable quarterbacks. They had a top 10 defense last year that got a lot better. They need a weapon in the worst way.
Yeah. I
mean, if JJ McCarthy is their guy, then they're going to do what they're going to do. But I just don't know if I just from the offensive standpoint, the Giants just need so much that I don't even know if I don't know if it's worth it to give what they'd have to give up because they're not going to fix their offense in one draft.
I agree.
I mean, you figure what do the Giants need? I mean, they
They
need a quarterback.
receiver. They need
They need a
corner.
quarterback. They need 2 receivers.
They need running back. They need a new safety.
They need a tight end.
Yeah.
I mean, the
They need a
offensive
lot
line
on
is the best
offense.
part of their offense, right?
Yeah. Hey, Mr. Just Breathing, how you doing?
Breathing hard. I'm so
Why don't you go to
congested.
bed, man?
Yeah, just go to bed if you're like dying.
All right, so
Shotgun a beer first, though.
Oh man, just right to the nose.
Cardinals, if they stay put, are going to take a receiver.
They're taking Marvin Harrison if they stay put.
Yes.
I don't think there's any questions about it.
Chargers, if they stay put, are going to take either Bowers or
Neighbors.
Neighbors.
Man, I guess they can take Joel just because of how.
They're not going to take Joel.
Who?
Just because of how Harbaugh coaches.
They're not going to take Joel. Rashawn Slater is an all-pro left tackle.
I have a quick question for the room regarding the
Yeah.
Chargers. Is there any scenario whatsoever you see Herbert getting traded?
No.
No.
None whatsoever. Just
Nothing at all. No.
I only
No,
oppose it because of the new coach, new regime type thing. That's my only inclination.
He took that job for Justin Herbert.
Correct.
Right. He didn't go there to start over.
He could have taken any job he wanted.
I gotcha. No, it makes sense.
If he wanted if he wanted to do that, he would have went to Chicago.
Correct. And he would have gotten the job.
But I do see the
Chargers-
Chargers trade him back.
The Chargers are not going to take
I don't
Joel.
I don't agree with you, Kyle. I don't think the Chargers do trade back because the Chargers are in a position to get, at worst, Oduzne, at best, Marvin Harrison.
Yeah.
That's like their worst case scenario is having the pick of Oduzne and Malik Neighbors. Best case scenario is the Giants trade up and they get Marvin Harrison at 5.
Correct.
I don't see them moving. The only way I see them trading out of 5, in my opinion, would be if something bananas happens and like New England took Marvin Harrison at 3. Or traded the pick to somebody that took him at 3.
Which I can see happening.
And then the Cardinals would panic and take Oduzne or Malik Neighbors. And then the Chargers could be like, we could get everything for this third receiver right now.
Right.
Because then you would have the Tennessee Titans, the Atlanta Falcons wouldn't. You'd have the Tennessee Titans. You'd have like the Jets. You'd have the Broncos. You'd have the Raiders. Like all these guys that like didn't think it was a possibility are now looking at it like, oh, wait a minute.
Because
I don't like the mock draft that you sent me though, Mass.
Which one? I sent you 3.
The NFL Network one.
Again, they were all NFL networks.
Oh, were they?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hilarious.
Assuming you're talking with Peter Strangers because he's the one who has the trades in.
yeah, him. Yep. Sorry. Anyway. So
For my money, it's quarterbacks 1, 2, 3, wide receivers 4, 5, quarterback possibly 6, unless somebody wants to jump the Giants for JJ, which is a possibility. I don't see, unless they give up a king's fucking ransom, because you figure you're going to drop from 5 to 11. You're going to miss on some pretty damn good prospects. Jump from 4 to 11, same deal. Now, the Cardinals did this last year where they traded out of the 2 and then traded back up into the 3. Or maybe the 4th, I can't remember. They
They
snore
traded
fast.
out of 3 to move back up to 7.
And they selected Paris there. Okay. Um, which is always a possibility. You can always maneuver and move around them. Everybody's looking for a draft night trade. Um, for my money, the Giants probably end up with JJ McCarthy.
You only
Kills
they
me.
take neighbors.
The
I think
Giants?
you got to go for a quarterback.
The Giants at 6?
Yeah.
Hello?
Yes, the
Yeah, he
Giants
said
at 6.
If the Giants stay at 6, if it's a chalk draft and nobody trades, the Giants are taking McCarthy at 6. There's no way. Because then they, I mean, because I think they are willing to trade to 4 to get him.
I do too. But
So I think if he's there, I think they have to take him.
it's going to be interesting to see. Now we move to 7, where the Titans are. This is where I see Joe Alt going.
yeah.
I think these two picks are like the most. I think the Bears pick at 1, and then the Titans and the Falcons picks at 7 and 8. Those are the 3 like most likely picks to not have anything go weird.
Now here's a bit of fun for you. I'm gonna say right now, if Oduze is on the board at number 8 when the Falcons pick, the Falcons are trading out of that pick to the Rams.
You think the Rams would trade up that far just to get another receiver?
I think they would trade up for Oduze.
Interesting.
I think they would shoot for the moon to go for Oduze.
I think you would get jumped, personally.
But Raheem Morris is at Falcons headquarters now and got that relationship. Plus, Dimitrov is still with the Falcons, who trained Les Snead. There's a lot of Rams Falcons connections there. So unless it's like a big difference,
I think if Oduzne's there at 8, I think Indianapolis trades up to 8.
it would be interesting. I can absolutely see them doing that.
Because I think they could give up the same amount that you guys would give up without the Falcons having to go down farther.
I could also see the Falcons just taking a receiver.
I can't. I think they go Turner if they're still in that spot.
What's the receiving core? Darnell Mooney,
Drake London, Kyle Pitts.
I mean, I could see them taking Oduzne, I guess. I don't know.
There's one more receiver I can't remember.
I can see them taking, in this scenario, Malik Neighbors would still be there.
We didn't say who the Chargers were taking.
Well, I mean, I think we're just kind of like doing the discussion. I think we'll go through. I think we'll do like a mock draft at the end, right? Like as a group.
We can go through.
Yeah, like I think we're kind of just doing like discussions now.
Yeah. I think if Falcons stay put, they're taking
Dallas Turner. Their whole line's pretty solid, right?
Yes, their line is pretty solid.
Right. Because I was thinking about the kid from Penn State, but
no, if anything, if they were to go for somebody else, I don't think that they would reach this far for him, but either Quillen McKinstry or
taking a corner.
Who the fuck is the other kid?
Nate Wiggins.
Very fun, Kyle.
I hate Kyle Lowry.
Kenyon Mitchell out of Toledo. I mean, could also go crazy and go Terry and Arnold, but he's more of a slot corner than anything else. Anyways, I think that Falcons go defense if at this pick if they stay put.
It's fair.
Um,
Bears.
The Bears at 9.
if a receiver's on the board, they take that receiver.
Who? The Bears?
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You think they take tackle?
I think it depends on what the Bears are looking for. I think it would be. I think if the Bears, if Oduzne's there, I think they take Oduzne. I could see that. If Neighbors is there, I don't think they take him. I think that the Bears are trying to build something here with a lot of young pieces. I think the last thing they want is a new potential basket case, and that's what's floating around.
Yeah.
Regardless of the truth. I don't know it, but I'm just going off what I've read. I think at 9, I think the Bears pick if they're looking. If the Bears are trying to go edge rusher, I think they pick. If they're trying to go offensive line, I think they trade down.
How far
Because
do you think they trade
if
down?
Oduzne or Malik Neighbors is there, you're looking at teams like the Rams, the Colts, the Saints, the Seahawks. Like these are teams that would potentially trade up to get him.
You could even say Pittsburgh, but I don't think they jump up that high.
I don't think they would jump up that high, but I think Jacksonville could be a team that might jump up that high.
Be surprised if Jacksonville jumped up that high for that, but that's just me.
No, I'm just saying, but like these are teams that could.
Yeah.
It would be interesting to see what would happen. I think if they're going to go, I think if edge rushers where they're looking, I think they stay at 9, and I think they go after either Latu or Verse.
Verse, I think, would be a bit of a reach, but I can see it.
So it's weird though because I've seen a lot of mock drafts that have Verse going 11 or 10.
I still see him as like a mid first round, but I mean, if you need an edge rusher, Verse is still
a defensive tackle from Illinois is jumping up on people's boards.
Fucking Johnny Newton.
Yeah, a lot of people he's been jumping up.
He's not going over Byron Murphy though.
No, I'm just saying. Like I've seen his name floated around.
Paul, what's your defensive tackle look like right now? Who do you have?
I don't even know.
Well, so not great.
We could go Byron Murphy.
Byron Murphy wouldn't be a bad pick here. Jared Verse also wouldn't be a bad pick. The biggest thing that I struggle with Verse is he's very raw.
That's how they like it.
He's a little bit older and he didn't have quite as good of a senior year. But again, that's all whatever. He has the ability. I think he's still just working around,
Florida State players always fucking scare me. I don't know why.
I mean, a lot of them.
I don't know what they're gonna do at 9. I don't think the one thing
What don't you want them to do?
Huh?
What don't you want them to do?
I don't want them.
Honestly, the Bears should trade down.
If they did this, you'd be fucking pissed.
Brock Bowers.
Yeah, that would be the.
I can see being upset at the Bowers pick.
But at the Bears, I think the Bears would trade down from 9 just because to accumulate more picks.
See, that's the thing that I don't think is playing into this at all. Everybody keeps saying that. If Ryan Poles wanted more picks, he would have made it. He would have made a move already. He's going to draft who he wants to draft unless a better offer comes. And because if he's got a guy that he's set on and he's available, they're taking him. I don't think he cares about the picks at all because I think where he's looking, I think from where he's looking at it, what the defense was able to do in the second half of the season last year with DJ Moore and Keenan Allen, offensive line was shaping itself up to get better. Now they've got a 2 tight end set. They've got 3 running backs. They're going to get Caleb Williams. I think that in his mind, they're ahead of where they need to be.
I can see that.
And they have 2. They're going to have a high second-round pick next year. And they're going to have their own first next year and their own second.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think there's any pressure for him to trade down to accumulate more picks. I'm not saying he doesn't do it. I'm just saying everybody keeps saying that they're gonna do it because they don't have any picks. I don't think he cares about that.
No, I would agree with you. I think if his person's there, like you said, he takes them. If not, I think he plays offers and sees what happens. I don't think he trades down to 20.
It's the same thing with like like all these like sports casters I'm hearing on ESPN Chicago, where it's like, oh, like just because you got Keenan Allen doesn't mean you shouldn't be aggressive at trying to get Malik Neighbors or Oduzne. If Oduzne's there at 8, you should, maybe trade up to get like this. And it's like, but at the same time, it's like Keenan Allen didn't regress in any way to show you that you need to go out and spend the world to get one of these guys.
Right.
If Caleb Williams is what everybody thinks Caleb Williams is going to be, in 2 or 3 years, receivers are going to be knocking down doors to come here in free agency.
Right.
So I'm not really overly worried about that.
There's also plenty of other wide receivers.
I would like to see them. I would like to see them acquire an edge rusher over anything.
Okay.
That's what I would like to see them do. I would like to, if there's a way for them to get Dallas Turner, that's what I would like.
He's not getting past Atlanta at 8.
But again, it depends on who's available at 8.
I agree. If somebody trades past Atlanta, I think, or trades with Atlanta, I think that it's fine. If Atlanta is there at 8, I think that Turner goes there.
No, I can understand that, but I think that that's who they need to try to go after.
I can see that.
Dallas Turner, or I guess that's really it. I mean, based on like these mock drafts and stuff, right? I mean, based off a lot of the mock drafts I see, it's too much of a reach to pick any of these other edge rushers at 9.
Verse wouldn't be the worst to take there, but anybody else, yes.
Who?
Jared Verse.
I don't want them to pick a corner, which I don't think they would do anyway. For me, it's got to be a lineman, offensive or defense, but it's got to be a lineman.
Okay.
Kendall, you plan on talking at all tonight, Dick?
Well, I mean,
you guys are doing a good job. I didn't want to interrupt.
No, but
All
you are.
Matt, go ahead. I love you, Kendall.
I love it too.
Well, the Jets are taking a pass catcher.
If Bowers is there, that's who's going.
I was going to say, if Bowers is there, it's going to be Bowers.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, though, if Bowers isn't there, I wouldn't be surprised if the Jets went corner.
I think they would go offensive tackle. Dude, what's his name? It's fucking old as shit. Tyron Smith.
Oh, I thought you meant Nick Mangold.
Yeah. I can see them taking a secondary member. I can see them taking another wide receiver. It's probably a little bit high to take somebody like Brian Thomas, but you could probably get away with taking him. Otherwise, I would just wait until later in the draft to pick up wide receiver because there's plenty in rounds 2 and 3 that you can get.
Were there any picks exchanged in the Wilson trade?
Yeah, 6th and the 7th. It was essentially a pick swap.
Okay.
Broncos don't know what the fuck they're doing.
Well, so I'll talk about that when we get to the Broncos and 2 picks.
I really hate Kyle Lowry.
Why?
Kyle Lowry.
I just don't like him.
That's fair. Neither do I.
He's just like a chirping little annoying gremlin.
Are they losing?
I mean, I'm watching it on Apollo, so I'm a little delayed. But as of right now, they have a 1-point lead with 4.5 to go in the third.
All right,
That's the accurate score right now. So it's fine.
I tell you what, though, they need to be careful of that white guy, number 0.
Holy shit, the Cavs are up more than I thought they were going to be. Anyways, back to football.
Who's the white guy on the Knicks? Number 0, is that DiVincenzo?
yeah,
He is all over the fucking place.
he's a good player.
Yeah. All right, sorry. Get back to okay. So this is where I think things get interesting. It's like, do you think Minnesota just stays put at 11?
I don't know. It depends if somebody's willing to deal.
Because what do they have? They have 11 and 23.
Yes.
Yep.
But like, so
And
everyone
they'd
keeps
be
like,
willing. They'd be willing to give up a first next year as well.
but like, who would it be though? Like, it would be.
If they moved
Like-
up for somebody, it would be McCarthy.
But that's what I'm saying. So like 11 and 23, like
Plus a first next year.
to move up to 4.
Yes.
I mean, they could do it. I mean, the Cardinals would take that.
But why? The Cardinals have 13 picks or 11 picks in this draft. Cardinals have a lot of picks in this draft. They don't need capital. They need good players.
Yeah, I mean, you think there's any chance that the Giants would do it at 6 if McCarthy's there, and then take Bo Nix with one of those picks?
No, I think that if that happens, they're going to take Penix. I
Oh,
think
that's what I
Penix.
meant. I meant
I think-
Penix. I didn't mean Nix. I meant Penix.
So here's the thing. This is why New England and Washington are so critical. Nobody knows what Washington is thinking. Knows what New England is thinking. New England could have their sights on May and fucking hate Jaden Daniels. They could have their sights on Jaden Daniels and fucking hate Drake May. If Washington takes the quarterback that they want and they don't like the other guy, I think they trade back.
New England needs a lot of players.
New England needs a lot of players.
Well, both of them do, though. That's the thing.
Both of them who?
To Washington and New England.
Washington is in a much better space than New England is.
No, I understand that, but with that being said, I think there is a possibility in a world. Maybe it's a 0.01%, but I think there's a possibility in a world where Washington trades out of 2.
I would be floored if that happened.
I understand, but I think there's a possibility for it. I think there is a possibility.
There's always a non-zero chance.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying, like, I just think that everyone is assuming that, if they don't like if Jaden Daniels in the Washington thing, like, that means it's going to be Drake May, and like, I don't think they have to be in love with Drake May. Like,
No, I don't think so.
and if they're in love with JJ McCarthy, they don't need to take him at 2.
So you think
I
they
think
trade back to 11 and then move back up the board?
Possibly they could do something like that.
Yeah, I mean, you watched Arizona do it last year.
I think if Jaden Daniels is there at 3, that's one of those teams like the Vikings or the Raiders are going to trade up.
That's
Yes,
who I think that's who I think the Vikings would go after is Jaden Daniels.
That's why those 2 picks are like the turning point in the draft. Depending what happens there, that's where all the dominoes are going to fall.
But I'll be honest with you, I think that I think that's something New England could do no matter what. I think if Drake May's there, and I think they could. I think New England. It wouldn't surprise me for New England to trade out of that pick no matter
It
what.
wouldn't surprise me, but if
they're so far away from mattering at all.
I agree, but Robert Kraft has been reported as being in that room and having his finger on the gun for making sure they can walk out of here with a quarterback.
But they can walk out with a quarterback at 11.
I agree. But if Kraft says, I like Drake May, draft him now, we've watched that play out time and time again.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying that, like, but like that doesn't mean Robert Kraft likes Drake May.
No, absolutely.
I don't know. I mean, look, I think Drake May, Jaden Daniels, and Caleb Williams are going to be the top 3 quarterbacks taken in the draft. I do think that, but I just think that, like, I don't know. I feel like everyone's really like high on Drake May for like really like no reason at all.
I personally, for my team, would love to have either Drake May or JJ McCarthy.
I don't love Drake May. I don't like the system he's coming from is not known for producing top tier offensive talent like that.
But
And
he's got all the ability in the world that I really do believe with like a quarterback coach who knows like how to groom a quarterback that they could do something with it, especially if he's given time to sit behind Stafford for 2 or 3 years, a la Jordan Love.
I don't see a world though in which the Rams can walk out with him.
No, absolutely not. I said if in the case, I would love a scenario like that, but it's not going to happen. But let's assume the Vikings stay put.
Mm-hmm.
They would take a corner.
Yes, they would.
You're gonna take that
Or-
kid from Toledo.
Or they would take Byron Murphy.
Yeah, either one of those two.
And what do you think? Do you want to? We'll do a draft later. We'll go through that. I think it's one of those two, depending on who's up. Up next is the Broncos.
I think after the Vikings pick, I think Denver is like the team that takes like that like whatever edge rusher is available.
Oh, I think Denver fucks his pick up bad time.
I do too.
I think they take Bo Nix.
I'm not in disagreement.
All right.
I think Sean Payton sees all the Drew Brees in him, and he's gonna fucking jump the gun.
Well, that's fine, but like Denver's the thing. But then I think the next, just to speed things up a bit, just so that we can get to doing the mock draft. I think the next 4 picks, that's when you start looking at the flurry of offensive linemen.
A mix between the offense and the defense. I agree.
I think it's offense. I think Vegas goes offensive line. The Saints need offensive line.
Saints need fucking everything.
I think
But
the Colts
but
would go receiver.
And I think the Saints play a traditional game in which you build from the offensive line out. They're not going to get a quarterback. And Seattle, at this moment in time, Seattle still has their quarterback. They've got 2 receivers. They've got a good running back. They're going to build out that offensive line.
Yeah.
And then the 15 is like the wild card. I mean, if the Colts are still sitting there at 15, they probably go like corner or defensive line.
I can even see them reaching for a wide receiver here, taking.
Well, that's why, because like maybe like a Brian Thomas.
Yeah.
If Brock Bowers falls, which I'm not saying he will, but
that's why, like I think if Oduzne, we talked about it, if Oduzne, or like that's one of the things about these mock drafts, like if Oduzne or Malik Neighbors is there when the Bears pick at 9, I think that there is a real possibility they take them, but I think a team like the Colts might make that hard to do.
And just say give us, we give picks.
Because I don't think again, you want one of those wide receivers, that's great, but like the need for picks is there. They won't do it just for that, but the need for picks is there, and like if they fall down to 15, they're going to get one of these offensive linemen, or worst case scenario, they could still get like a Byron Murphy or something or something like that at that pick. They could even, I mean, Jared Verse could even fall that far.
Yeah, I could see him falling that far.
Or they could get like J.C. Latham or something. Like, there's just a lot of people available at that point where, like, if they were to take that, Fashanu, Fuaga, Latham, Fautanu, all those Moana characters. Like, they could take any slew of people there, and it's, like, not a reach.
Right. I think once we get to the middle of the draft, like 16 to 22, that's where things are going to start to go off the rails a little bit. I'm saying this now.
Yeah.
I will put my name attached to this. I think Michael Penix is going to be the second best quarterback out of this draft.
Is he not a first round talent?
He has a lot of question marks in regards to his health. He tore 2 ACLs.
He's also older.
He's also older. He's going to be 24 or 25. He had a shoulder injury and something else.
He hurt his ankle in the championship game.
It might have been it. The other thing that is throwing teams for a bit of a loop is that as soon as he saw an NFL defense in something like Michigan during the championship game, he didn't perform nearly as well as they had the rest of the year. Part of the problem with that is that his team wasn't getting separation to allow him to make throws because he was still making some good plays. But that line did not hold up. He was under fire the entire time. I still think Penix is going to be the second best quarterback out of this draft. I would love for him to fall to 19 and us take him and put him behind Stafford for a year, maybe 2. I would love nothing more than that. But he's not going to. So here we are.
Well, hold on. I would like to challenge you. I would love nothing more than that.
Okay.
Aaron Donald comes out of retirement.
Now, see, here's the thing. There's a little bit of shit floating around that maybe towards playoff time, Donald starts to get that itch again.
I'll tell you something. Like a hatred thing towards him, but I personally think that shit should be banned.
I agree. I don't like that stuff either.
If you don't play X amount of games during the regular season, you can't sign with a roster for the playoffs. I think that's such bullshit. You're taking a roster spot away from somebody that practiced all season, that took the news of being cut from the main roster for whatever the thing. You're taking a position away from somebody just because you're like, oh, hey, I didn't think I had it in me, but now that I see there's potential to, get some hardware.
I could play 3 more games.
Yeah, I could figure it out.
Well, I mean, it's not like he retired the year that.
No, but it doesn't. No. It's not just him. It happens with other people too. But I just think it's bullshit. He retired. If he comes out of retirement week 4, week 8, even if it's week 15 and he plays 4 regular season games, that's fine. Players shouldn't be allowed to come out of retirement for the
Just
divisional
for
round, play 3 games, and win a Super Bowl.
All right. I can respect that.
Or if they do, they shouldn't be allowed to be like credited with the Super Bowl on their stat sheet. If the team wins the ring, that's fine, but they shouldn't be credited as a Super Bowl champion. Because they're not a Super Bowl champion. They won a game.
What about somebody like Eric Weddle, who we signed because of injury? We need somebody who knows the system. Eric, you want to play? And he came back.
I still don't think it should be allowed.
Okay.
I think like for something like that, it should be like there should be a difference. It should be something like, I don't know, like there's like maybe there's like a player's like maybe like maybe they can come up with like a certain pool where like like a veterans, like once you're over a certain age, like you're in this pool of like hey, like I want to play but nobody's giving me a shot kind of thing.
Right.
And then if someone goes down, like you can pick from that pool. But like but like let's just say, just for ha-has, let Aaron Donald is a bad example, but I'm just going to use it because Aaron Donald's guy we're talking about. Let's say Aaron Donald retired at the end of a contract, didn't play this year at all, then next year, the fucking Jaguars are making a run at it, and they just go, "Oh, hey, Donald, we'll throw you fucking 4 times the league minimum for the stretch," because that shit happens, and it's obnoxious, and it shouldn't be allowed. And Kendall likes muffins.
I agree with both those
Blueberry.
statements.
But
You guys want to do?
Yeah.
let me get off my soapbox.
I mean, it's a valid complaint.
Yeah.
Just to touch on the Steelers, real quick, they're either going offensive tackle, center, or corner. That's it. All right.
Nice to know.
Okay, they're gonna
You can
draft.
tell
They're
some-
gonna draft one of these 9 things. I'm gonna say.
You
my
can
ass.
pick in a minute.
Hey, Kyle,
You.
suck my ass.
All right.
Okay. The draft is being streamed for anybody who wants to watch.
I'm trying to get into it. Get off my butt.
I was just telling you.
Watch stream. Oh my god, it's a nude person.
All right.
Why?
Chicago
is-
Bears on the
Hold
clock.
Hold on. What the hell's going on here?
Is it possible, Mass, that we're blocked?
No.
So I got a little, like a you can't enter. Aha. Something's happening.
That's something. I just want to see it. Why can't I turn my phone sideways for it to work?
I don't know. But you can zoom in.
Yeah, but then I can't see the whole screen.
Yeah,
And
you're
when I
fine.
zoom in, Discord stops working.
Well, tell it to suck less.
Huh?
All right. Chicago on the clock.
Hello?
Hello.
What?
Can you hear me?
No.
Yeah.
I don't know. The minute I started, I tried to start streaming this thing, and my Discord just stops working.
Let's try again.
Now I'm just.
Oh, I killed Paul. Welcome back. How was your ride? Paul?
I'm in.
Can you
Hello.
There he is.
Hello.
Chicago on the clock.
Drake
Anybody
May.
says anything other than Caleb Williams wrong.
Drake May.
Wrong. Washington. I
Drake
still think
May.
the pick here is fucking
Jaden Daniels.
thank you.
Why are you scrolling down so far?
Because he's ADP ranked 21.
So dumb.
Yeah, I could see that they're being Daniels.
All right. Patriots on the clock.
So are we doing this as if nobody's trading, correct?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best bet for now. unless
Drake
there's
May.
Yeah.
Drake May.
something crazy.
Marvin
All right.
Harrison.
Marvin Harrison for the Cardinals at 4. Chargers on the clock.
Now, I just have a question because a lot of the mock drafts I've been seeing over the past couple weeks have shown Brock Bowers going in like the 8 to like 14 range.
Yep.
But like a lot of the mock drafts I saw like really early on had like everybody had the Chargers taking Brock Bowers. What happened to that?
Because they traded Keenan Allen and got rid of Mike Williams.
Yeah. Plus positional value.
No, but like even after the Keenan Allen trade, all I saw was Brock Bowers like that. Like they like locked it in more. Like that's going to be
I
the
think-
first playmaker in the new regime.
I think the wide receivers just started moving up the chain so much that it just pushed him out.
Oh, okay. With that being said, Brock Bowers.
Malik Neighbors.
I
Yes.
can see it.
I
I think they go Roma Duze.
I say Roma Duzane as well because I think he's the better receiver.
Yeah, but it doesn't fit my narrative.
That's one of my favorite Massey lines.
I mean, I don't know what your narrative really is going to be here.
What was
All
that?
right.
You can go Malik Neighbors. I don't care. I
No,
think
it's all right.
Duzne, but go Neighbors.
All right.
I just don't want the Giants to get Roma Duzne.
They're not. They're taking JJ McCarthy at 6.
No, I just mean like in real life.
All right.
I don't want them to get him because Chris
I-
Jankowski wants him to be drafted over everybody else. And I quote, I would take him over Marvin Harrison. And then I said, that's why you would drive them into the ground.
Yeah. Fucking dumb.
I think Romo Duzne is going to be better than Malik Neighbors, but Malik Neighbors is better than Romo Duzne is now.
Fair.
Because Romo Duzne doesn't have this. He can't create enough separation right now.
I'm going to go
But
JJ
he's got
McCarthy here at
Fitzgerald
6.
hands.
All right, we can go JJ.
Wait, hold on. Since Mock's not here, can we have them? Can we have him take Bo Nix?
Just for the fun of it.
No, that's not fair. But yes, no, I'm just kidding. No, JJ McCarthy.
JJ McCarthy.
Joe Walt
Yeah.
to the Titans.
Yeah.
You don't think if Malik Neighbors is there and like the other two receivers are gone, you don't think? Do you think the Titans would trade that pick?
I think Joe Alt's better at a tackle than Blake Neighbors is at wide receiver. It's such a deep receiver class.
No. But I'm saying, do you think somebody trades up to get that pick?
I think the Titans need an offensive lineman so bad. I think they're just willing to sit.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand that, but I mean, it depends what's being thrown at you.
This is true.
But I mean, Joel is like he's the Marvin Harrison of this draft for offensive line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the Drake May of this draft.
Players.
Notre
Falcons.
Dallas Turner.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
It's going to be Dallas Turner.
I'll bet you $5 it's not.
Tell me on Thursday. Chicago on the clock at 9.
I said I bet you $5.
Okay, we can bet Thursday.
So Bears taking best available or just receiver?
I mean, if we're not doing any trades and this is the way the draft is going to, like, if there's no trade, it's going to be Malik Neighbors.
You think Neighbors over somebody like Byron Murphy?
Yes.
Byron Murphy.
At 9, there's no way they're going to draft Byron Murphy at 9 if Malik Neighbors is there.
I think they would take the tackle from Penn State.
I think
Really?
personally,
I do.
I don't think so.
Yeah, I'm
They're
also
not gonna- they
also out on that.
But we're doing that. We're doing this as like a real draft. If this is the way it went, they're not going to reach for him at 9.
You gotta reach.
Fashanu is not 9 overall.
They're not going to take that. They're not going to do that at 9.
Just take Neighbors. I don't care.
It's just if the way this draft, they have to take Neighbors. I can't see them. I don't see them going after Byron Murphy because they need an edge rusher. They don't need a defensive tackle as much. They do need a defensive tackle, but this is like why like the from a draft like a trade standpoint, like this is like the first one where I'm like this would be a trade in this situation. Malik Neighbors is available. Somebody like the Rams, somebody like the Steelers, somebody like the Colts would trade for this pick, I think.
I mean, Byron Murphy is a great pass rusher on the interior D line.
I understand that. But that's everything I've seen from every single Bears beat report and all that is that they want somebody on the other side of the offensive line or the defensive line.
Okay. So what do you want?
Look, if you think Byron Murphy's who they would take here, then take him. You guys, look, you and Kyle know this better than I do. I just go off of what I read and what I hear. If you think that they would take Byron Murphy or that Penn State guy, take him.
I mean, I don't hate the Neighbors pick here.
I do. I'd be pissed.
What do you want?
I said it when I called into freaking ESPN 1000 for whatever because they were talking about it like, oh, if one of those two guys is there, and I said bullshit. If Malik Neighbors is there, they do not take Malik Neighbors.
I think they could take Latu. Isn't that Drusher?
Yeah. I still like Byron Murphy over Latu, though.
Well, then throw Murphy. It's fine.
Kyle?
Oh, we can go Murphy.
All right.
But I want to fit Massey's narrative.
Brock Bauer.
Brock Bowers.
Well, you think so?
I think they'll take Bowers. I think everything that I've read and heard, they are high as hell on that kid.
But
Even
if
over
Malik-
somebody like Neighbors.
All right.
I think they take Michael
They-
Penix.
They don't have any good receivers.
I think they want a quarterback real bad.
You think they're going Penix here?
I do.
Um,
I don't think they want to. I don't think they're willing to risk him not being there.
All right.
and then because of that panic, here comes Bo Nix.
Exactly.
You think Bo Nix is going at 12?
Oh yeah.
I don't, but I like what Kyle said.
All right.
I just like I like how Kyle said, like, oh, like this is such a thing. Also, I really do love like all the things I'm seeing about like fucking like the Penix and Nix, like the you know, like is the offensive like mastermind and guru head coach of Sean Payton going to take one of these? And it's like I just love it because it's like
Motherfucker had Drew Brees.
that's what but like it's not even that. Like he slowed down Drew Brees. What did Sean Payton really achieve besides like yes, he won a Super Bowl. And that's nothing to take away. But they missed the playoffs just as much as they made it.
Right.
I think Sean Payton is a severely overrated bum head coach.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah,
Sean
he's
Payton.
overrated.
I
Absolutely.
don't think Sean Payton's all that good.
No,
He had
fuck Sean Payton.
a Hall of Fame all-time passing yards leader, quarterback, and then a slew of underappreciated offensive talent. All the running backs and wide receivers that the fucking Saints had over that tenure that didn't get appreciation and love.
Plus, you could just tell that he's just a dick. You just know it.
He is. He's an asshole. Hate him.
Fuck Sean Payton. Kyle,
Yeah.
I think I'm going Fashanu here.
Over Latham.
Yeah, over Latham.
Best available offensive lineman.
I just don't know who the best tackle is in the draft.
Joe Alt.
Well, besides him.
Joe Regular.
Fashanu is to me.
So I think they go him.
Saints on the clock.
Malik
Well,
Neighbors.
hold on. Wait. Can you change that pick? No. No.
Doesn't appear so.
Okay, never mind.
Why?
Well, just because you said that he was the best available offensive tackle.
Yeah.
So the Raiders aren't going to they're going to draft like the third best available.
That's fair.
I'm not
That's
being
fair.
a dick. That's just like
No,
what they would do.
that's fair. That's fair. Man, who would have thought that fucking Malik Neighbors falls to 14?
Somebody's gonna fall.
Nah, don't give him to the Saints.
I got to. Kyle's right.
No,
Just love the
Don't do
reason.
it.
Nope.
Can you tell me why?
because
Fuck the Saints.
no. Well, yes, but also there's zero world in which Malik Neighbors has been falling and the Colts haven't gotten him yet. We might be wrong at where it happens, but if this draft has any sort of realness to it, the Colts are getting him one way or another.
Yeah. All right.
Give the Saints that
So-
Fuaga guy.
All right.
Yeah, give the Saints somebody who's going to suck.
All right. Malik Neighbors to the Colts.
Yep,
Seahawks on the board.
best offensive lineman available.
I can
In
see
my
Graham
opinion.
Barton going here.
I think the Seahawks go best offensive lineman available here.
Very funny mess.
What? Oh, going scroll to the bottom.
Seahawks do this thing where they don't pick the right guys either.
Yeah, they the fucking Rashad Penny in the first round.
Actually, they can take Letu here.
They
Hey,
could.
Kyle. Hey, Kyle.
Yeah,
I'd just like to give you a game break. Tyrese Maxey just got bitched.
that's fun.
Not even in like a good way. Like he got a rebound and then the other guy just grabbed it from him and he just like fell.
Sixers.
Kyle, let's give him Fatanu.
Yeah, that makes sense. Washington guy.
I think he'll push into guard.
I think these guys. I think these guys go with Cooper.
Let's see. I think Cooper falls
Okay.
because we still haven't taken off
Mitchell or Arnold.
Arnold or Mitchell or Wiggins.
So
or
you guys,
McKinstry.
you don't feel the Jaguars should take an offensive lineman?
No, I think their secondary was so bad last year.
Their secondary was pretty terrible, but I still think their offensive line was worse.
That's what I mean.
I
I feel
agree. I agree, but if like I think that I think there are slight, even if they are very slight rumblings of we need to make sure that Trevor Lawrence isn't the reason we're losing games. And if you kind of shore up that defense a little bit, that can help you out. Oh, that's sick.
Good. What about Graham Barton here, Kyle?
Melo's at the Knicks game wearing a Wu-Tang Clan New York Yankees hat.
that's pretty cool.
Sick. They molded the New York Yankees logo into the Wu-Tang logo.
Wow.
That's
See,
sick.
I would think they would pick Mitchell or Wiggins here. But the Jaguars like to take those big school guys, but Mitchell's a big talent that's still left on the board.
I do think they go secondary though, for sure.
All right, let's give him Mitchell. Paul, is this the hat you were talking about?
They'll be leaving the stream.
You'd have to minimize it for a second, but yes.
Oh, all right. Which page?
Main.
Man, those Giants jerseys are terrible. Yeah, that hat is sick.
Kyle,
Yep.
JC Latham.
Yeah.
I think they kind of like letting Joe Burrow get hurt.
Yeah. It's their favorite thing.
I'm saying the Rams are going to take Jared Verse here.
Yeah, that's fine. They could also take Latu because he's a California dude.
They could, but his injury history scares me.
These guys are going to go with Mitchell from Texas.
I think they're going on Marius Mims.
I just don't want him.
You don't
But
want
they-
Mims?
I personally don't, but
I think they go wide receiver.
from everything I've been reading, they're really interested in Graham Barton.
I've seen them look for Brian Thomas. Brian Thomas wouldn't be a surprise here.
Yeah, but they're usually second round receiver team.
It's true.
Yeah, or sixth.
They could take Guyton.
So wait, are the Steelers not interested in that center?
He's been falling on the draft boards.
Yes.
What, the one from Washington or whatever?
Oregon.
Yeah. Barton.
Oregon.
I just feel like that's all I read all like off season
That's
long.
That's all you read a month ago.
Correct.
Yeah, but now he's like a late second, early third round talent.
I'm
Late
going to say
first, early second.
I'm gonna say Barton because I think they like the fact that he can go on the inside too.
All right, we can do Barton.
Because he's been a center person.
Dolphins. The one thing that would piss this team off, or the fans of this team off more than anybody that I know, is if they drafted a fucking secondary.
So let's go secondary.
Yep. They could take Amarius Mims here.
Yeah, they could have him.
All right, let's give him Mims.
This is why I'm hot.
Boobs.
Terry and
I
Arnold.
Who's the
what?
best available player from Georgia? There you go, right there.
McConkey.
Doesn't matter what position he plays.
Get him on the squad.
I mean, Paul's not wrong.
He'll be a fucking punter. All I know is he'll be an all-pro.
I think
I
they
can
go
see-
Arnold.
I can see them taking Arnold here.
Yeah,
What?
I mean,
You wanna
their
give him Arnold?
secondary was so bad last year.
All right, let's give him Arnold.
Their whole
All right.
Cooper DeYoung.
Minnesota. Huh?
Cooper.
No, they're not taking Cooper DeYoung here. They're going to take another lineman.
I think they might because Harrison Smith's getting older. They can move him to safety.
I still think they go for the line to protect the quarterback at this point because their offensive line was not good last year.
They're taking Troy Franklin.
Oh, that's fine.
They're not taking Troy Franklin, Kyle.
Let's see.
Do you think Justin Jefferson's on the move at all?
No.
I also don't think so. It'd be cool if he was, though.
Guyton, maybe.
Who?
Tyler Guyton, Oklahoma.
Yeah, I think it's too much of a reach to take him right now.
That's fair.
That's why I said Cooper. I think he'd be a good fit.
See, here's the thing. You know there's like teams that you mock somebody to because you know that's who they're going to take. Like when the fucking what's the running back you took from Alabama? Who's your main running back right now?
Najee.
Everybody knew that Najee Harris was going to be a fucking steal. Everybody fucking knew it.
Yep.
Cooper DeJean is going to be a Packer.
That's fair.
I would put money down on that.
Then give him Nate Wiggins. They take a lot of Clemson corners.
All right, I'll give him Wiggins.
Who's gonna be a Packer?
Cooper DeJean. Cooper
Fuck
DeJean.
that dude.
Preemptively. Fuck
First-
that dude.
First white corner in the NFL in a long time.
Yeah, I hope he sucks and tears his body.
Cowboys.
Ryan Thomas to the Cowboys.
No shot.
They're
You don't
taking
think so?
Mitchell.
No shot.
Who do you think they're taking? Kool-Aid?
No. They're gonna fucking take who's the kid from Texas? Xavier Worthy.
I don't know who that is.
It's the kid who broke the 40-yard dash record.
You know what they should do is they should take a defensive player that actually will be good for 17 straight games.
They should, but they won't.
Yeah. They should take Kendall.
Kyle,
I'll be waiting to
Latu or
call.
Worthy, because it's either gonna be an edge rusher or it's gonna be Worthy. It's gonna be one of the two. Or
You think there's a chance it's a worthy edge rusher?
Listen,
I really think
Jerry always wants the splash guy. This is how he is.
it's
Yep.
Xavier Worthy.
He
It's a Texas kid.
He wants the clicks.
Kyle, objections?
No, that's fine.
All right, Cooper DeJean, not hearing anything about it.
Fits his narrative.
I think they would take Latu here, best player available.
I would agree with that. I could also see them taking Powers Johnson or Chop Robinson here. But you
I
want
think
to
it'd
take
be
Latu?
Latu. Yeah, just because he's fallen.
All right, let's do Latu. Arizona.
Newton.
I was going to say Powers Johnson.
They can, but I think they want. I don't know.
I think
Either one's fine, but
I think Newton could go here, but Cardinals' offensive line is fucking trash.
All right, go Johnson. Brian Thomas to the Bills.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Newton to the
Lions.
Lions.
Yeah.
Fuck Newton.
Johnny Newton. Baltimore Ravens. What's the most Ravens pick you can think of here?
Kool-Aid.
Lad McConkey.
I don't know which one of these guys is most likely to harm a child.
Troy Franklin.
Gotta be careful of those Oregon guys.
Scroll down, Nancy. Keon Coleman would be the guy that I could see being a Raven.
Yeah, that actually does make a lot of sense. Either him or Ricky Parcel. One of those Florida receivers.
I think if they're going to take...
It's got to be Coleman. He's got 610
I think
yards,
it's gonna
4
be, I think
touchdowns
it's
all
going to be
over it.
McConkey.
He's a white guy.
I mean, yeah.
Ravens don't take white guys.
Mark Andrews.
Yeah, but he's whatever.
That falls under the tight end category.
He didn't say white receivers. He said white guys.
No, you are correct, but the tight end supersedes.
I think if it's not Lon McConkey, it's Donovan Mitchell.
The way that they play, it should be Mitchell. Deep ball threat.
All right, let's do Mitchell then. All right, 49ers
Tyler
forfeit. 49ers forfeit. I'm going to pick fucking Marsh or Jason Bean. That sounds funny. Yeah, it's probably Guyton here.
This is a Tyler Guyton pick.
Although Cooley McKinstry is still on the board.
Yeah.
Send him.
Chiefs.
Lad McConkey.
Lad McConkey. All right. And there we have our draft.
Yeah, except McConkey's going to go to the Eagles.
Probably. So we've got... Let's see. I'll post this in here so that...
I really like it. I think the only pick I really think is really like probably not going to happen is the first one.
Can you imagine?
I think that there's a real chance they go Brock Bowers number 1 overall. And it's like the universe of Chicago sports
Requires you to suffer.
Right, exactly. I don't need it to feel joy.
You are required as a sports fan to feel it.
Yeah, and I think the other thing too is just that like if I didn't have it, I just wouldn't feel anything at all.
Okay.
Because I'm dead inside.
The Charlotte Hornets are interviewing J.J. Redick for their head coaching job.
Terrible job. That'd be terrible. He's a great basketball mind. He's not a good head coach. I can tell you that now. Kyle, do you disagree?
Yeah, he's gonna suck as a coach.
He'd be a terrible head coach. He'd be a good like offensive assistant.
Hey, so since Mock's not here, you guys want to talk about how shameful it is that the Yankees lost to a team that doesn't have a town?
Who'd they lose to?
The A's.
Well, they're still in Oakland.
Not for long.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty fucking wild that like Arizona is not going to have a hockey team.
And that they're going to Utah?
I mean, the Utah part makes sense because they were definitely going to be one of the cities to get an expansion team when that happened.
Yep.
But it's just like wild that Arizona's not going to have them.
It's always tough for the fans. I saw the videos of all like people crying. It always sucks.
Now, I haven't read anything about it, but like, they're still going to be the Coyotes, right?
Nope.
They're not.
Nope. They're changing the name.
Never mind then. I no longer feel bad.
They're changing the name. There have been a lot of team names trademarked. Among them, there have been the Utah Blizzard,
Terrible.
I know.
Utah
I'm no longer
Yetis.
worried about it. Arizona will get a hockey team again.
Let's see. Utah is trademarked Utah Blizzard, Venom, Fury, HC for Hockey Club, and Hockey Club.
The
Whatever.
Utah Hockey Club.
I think it's just a placeholder name.
Whatever happens, Arizona.
Winnipeg Jets, all over again. Winnipeg moved to Atlanta. They didn't succeed. Then they went back to Winnipeg, and it fucked up all the alignment.
Are up for fans to vote on are the Utah Blizzard, Utah Venom, the Utah Fury, the Utah Yetis, the Utah Black Diamonds,
I like
Utah
the Shredder.
Utah Golden Eagles, or the Field.
Is there really not like the Utah like Mormons?
No, but I tell you what, while this all was going on, one of my favorite things on the fucking hockey subreddit was like the placeholder name was the Utah Soakers.
Oh,
That's so
shit.
fucking funny.
that would be awesome.
They won't ever do it,
No, of course not. But
but that would be so fucking funny.
that
They
would, be
should
the,
become the Jazz.
that would be the one hockey jersey I would own outside
What?
of the Blackhawks one.
The Utah Soakers.
135,000%.
It's so funny.
And that, Kyle, is the exact reason why I think Tyrese Maxey isn't an elite player.
Why?
Because he just goes too fast. He just had a one-on-one fast break, and instead of just going to his right and blowing past him, he tried to do some handle and threw the ball into the 9th row. The Knicks blew this game. It's a bummer. I'm excited for the draft this year. There's actually like a reason to be.
Did Embiid play tonight?
Yeah, Embiid's got like 35. It's basically just been Embiid and Maxey.
Yeah, well, what else is new?
That's pretty much how it always is.
Yeah, it's pretty cool how like Tobias Harris just like came to Philadelphia and just started sucking.
Yeah, it's pretty great.
Yeah. Yeah, Terry just hit a big 3, another up 4 with a minute to go.
I'll
It's
take
just
it.
really funny to me that like they do this because it's like the you see this thing like you're gonna see reports from like don't get me wrong, Maxey and Embiid are gonna combine for 75 fucking points. But like you're gonna see these reports about how like the Philadelphia like the offensive mastermind behind like them and all this stuff. And it's like from somebody who is surrounded his life by basketball his entire life, it's poor coaching on fucking the Knicks. It's Tom Thibodeau that's coaching. You have Tyrese Maxey at the top of the key, and you have Joel Embiid on the wing. Joel Embiid is doing a back down. You don't take the help coverage from Maxey. Those are the only two guys that are scoring.
Yeah,
Make Tobias Harris hit a shot.
can't.
That's what I'm saying. Take the guy that's on Tobias Harris and drag him over. Rotate. Leave Tobias Harris open. Leave fucking somebody else open. Don't leave Tyrese Maxey open, you idiot. Is Julius Randle done for the year?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
That's
is
a bummer.
shame.
I think the Knicks would have handled the. I think the Knicks could have handled the Sixers in 4 just because Embiid's he is banged up.
But the
I
Knicks
think
are
they could
worse.
with him being banged up. I think they could have taken him in 4 if Randle was there.
Yeah.
Maybe if Jalen Brunson was shooting 7 for 26.
He's been like the only guy that's like they've just like been letting him do everything for some reason.
Not a big Brunson guy.
They just keep doing this like ISO thing and it's not working.
If you keep trying it, it's going to work eventually.
Yeah.
And like Game 7 when nobody else is there. All right.
My favorite Kyle Lowry thing of all time. Who fouled? It wasn't me.
He's got a big ass.
He does have a big ass.
He does have a big ass. Look at this fucking head coach just coming out here like, oh yeah, just fucking, I just got out of the Quickie Mart. hate him.
I don't think Nick Nurse is a good coach.
No, he's not. But you know who's worse? Doc Rivers.
Fair.
Yeah, Doc Rivers kind of sucks.
Yeah,
Good
we just got to
person.
get through the rest of this season.
Good person. Sucks as a coach.
Giannis is going to find his way. We just got to let Dame do Dame things.
All right. Well, that was the draft show. Hope
Yes,
everybody had
I'm
fun.
excited for it. We're gonna. Some of us, all of us, however many of us, but there will be some of us together to watch the draft. And
There will be beer and wings.
there'll be beer, there'll be wings, and there'll be me yelling at Massey when the Packers don't pick that guy.
I'll be upset. What are we taking a bet on? That and
Well, no, we
Colts?
didn't take a bet on that. I already forgot what the bet was.
We'll go back and listen to it.
Oh, no, I
It
want to
was
figure it out. Right.
$5.
It was $5. It was something to do with the draft.
Was it the Colts?
I don't know. Where'd you put the draft? Oh, in the main thing.
Yep.
Oh, was it that? Was it on Brock Bowers going to the Jets?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
I'll listen back and I'll find it.
Oh, it was on Dallas Turner going to the Falcons.
Might have been.
That's what it was. It was. I bet you $5 Dallas Turner doesn't go to the Falcons.
Yeah, but
We'll
Malik Neighbors
see.
is going there.
Doesn't matter who it is, as long as it's not Dallas Turner.
I don't even know who I want the Rams to take.
I mean, it'd be cool if the Rams got Marvin Harrison Jr.
Be pretty
Gabe
cool.
Vincent.
He could fall.
Good.
He could
I
fall.
think that would be a good pick.
Marvin Harrison Jr.
Gabe Vincent.
I think Marvin Harrison Jr. could fall. Duke could kill someone like tomorrow.
Could pull a fucking Laramie Tunsil and just come out with a gas mask video tomorrow.
He still went top 7.
Who did you say, Kyle? Gabe who?
Vincent. Be a good slot receiver.
You know who'd be a better slot receiver?
Tyrese Maxey.
Nah, Jordy Cobb. Or Randall Nelson. But Randall Nelson sounds like a way better accountant.
It's so stupid.
Well, I don't know who Gabe Vincent is.
Yeah, he's a point guard for the Lakers.
Oh, all right. That's why it's not clicking for me. Twat. But yeah, that was the draft. None of our picks are going to be right except for probably the first one.
No, we'll get a lot of positions right.
Probably. But it's stamped. It's in our chat, so we can go across it as we watch. And we'll go from there. And we'll report back next week.
Can wait for the Commanders to trade him to trade the pick to the Raiders, and the Raiders select Michael Penix at the number 2 spot.
Would be very
No.
funny.
You know what's gonna happen? Some bullshit's gonna happen. It's like somehow the 49ers are gonna end up getting fucking Jaden Daniels at 2. Or Kansas City's gonna end up with Marvin Harrison and Rome Odunze.
I don't like talking about my trauma team.
Imagine that, just you somehow sleep through the draft, you wake up Friday morning and you find out that the Chiefs have Rome Odunze and Marvin Harrison Jr.
What the hell happened?
I think I would probably take a year off of watching football.
Yeah, you ain't lying. I tell you what, Brunson needs to just sit down. He is a real problem.
So that's the draft. Next week we'll recap the draft. We'll talk NBA Finals. Well, NBA playoffs.
Nick's took the lead.
And we'll talk baseball, and maybe Utah's team will have a name by then.
It really is a bummer. It really is a bummer. I really enjoyed the Arizona Coyote. I loved them as a team. It was a successful fan base franchise. in a spot that didn't really have
A whole lot
you know
going for it.
well, no, it's just like in a spot that didn't really have like a lot of teams with. I mean, the Cardinals had a couple runs. They had the two deeper runs in the playoffs, and like the Diamondbacks were relevant for like a half a second last year when it mattered the most, I guess. Right,
Yeah,
Yeah.
but otherwise, pretty
But-
whatever.
but then they've been. Oh, Kyle Lowry got hurt. They've been pretty irrelevant since what? 01? Is that when they won the World Series against the Yankees? 01, 02?
E01.
It was the Yankees lost to them, and then they lost to the Marlins, right?
Yes.
So but and then the Suns have just been the Suns have basically the early 2000s to 2010s. Kyle, this is my favorite sports reference of all time, and you get it more than anybody. The Phoenix Suns were basically just the NBA version of the Chargers.
Fair.
They were just that team that was like electric all season long, was going to be the second or third best team in the conference, and then just die. And so it was just nice. Like the Coyotes was just like a little spark. It was something different, And I hope, there's been talk of there being some expansions. Hopefully, this turns out to be something. Where the Coyotes maybe get to come back or something.
Give us the Whalers back, you fuckers.
That is one of the biggest heartbreaks in sports franchise moving history. I mean, everybody talks about the Ravens and so how long did after the Browns moved did the Ravens win the Super Bowl?
2 years, 3 years,
4.
4 years.
4 years. The Whalers was the next season.
Yeah, that sucks.
Yeah. Fuck them. Hey, Kyle
The
and
Whalers was the next season.
Kyle and Paul.
Yeah.
I got an NBA question for you.
Go ahead.
You got to pick which one would be the best player.
All right.
I'll give you
Kyle.
4. Luca with Wemby's height. Shy with LeBron's strength. Giannis with Steph's shooting.
That one.
Or Jokic with Westbrook's athleticism.
That would be so funny to watch.
That'd be weird. It would be Giannis with the shooting because Giannis is. I mean, he's unstoppable outside of that.
Jokic slamming down dunks from the free throw line would just be fucking hilarious.
But you know what the thing is though is if Jokic had his athleticism, it would take away from his playmaking ability.
Yes, I agree.
It'd be so funny to watch.
It would be.
It'd
pretty
be
fucking
so
wild.
weird. But yes, I
Nope,
think it's
360
Giannis.
dunk.
It would be pretty fucking wild. I mean, I do think that like Shy is kind of like the same thing. Like I think that Shy would be useless because like that was like a big thing that everybody like said about Kevin Durant when he came out. They're like, oh, like Kevin Durant needs to put on muscle and whatever, and it's like that's not true. Like Kevin Durant didn't need it. Shy
Still
doesn't need it.
Still one of my favorite nicknames of all time.
Slim Reaper.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. And then what was the first one? Oh, Doncic with Wemby's height.
Yeah, Doncic with Wemby's height.
I mean, the only thing that would be frustrating because he would just be throwing up fucking 3-pointers from the other free throw line.
And nailing them.
I tell you, it would be really, really weird. Is Kyle? You remember Michael Redd?
Yeah.
Michael Redd, but with Wemby's height.
Lefty, out of shape, skinny dude. That'd be funny.
No, Michael Redd was quick as fuck when he was healthy and in his prime.
I know. I'm just thinking of the USA team.
No, not that Michael Redd. I want prime Michael Redd. Michael Redd was like if he was like a who was the guy that the Bengals drafted that ran like the fastest 40 of all time or whatever?
John Ross.
He was like John Ross speed in the NBA. Michael Redd was quick as fuck.
Wasn't John Wall that quick?
Yeah, John Wall was like deceptively quick and actually had a pretty good shot, but John Wall was also kind of an asshole. John Wall. I never liked John Wall because John Wall to me was just a poor man's Russell Westbrook. Honestly, that's how I always viewed him. I thought Russell Westbrook was way better.
He had that great dance in college, though.
Yeah, Gilbert Arenas though, that's a guy that I wish played out a career.
Yeah.
That guy was electric. But like
Boogie
one
Oogie
thing I
Woogie.
do like about sports is I love when a player like plays like 5-6 years in a spot and like he's got recognition and he's a fan favorite for that team. But then he like relocates to a different team and he's like an actual like real piece of the team and like kind of settles into his own role. It's not a major role, but it's like like I just like when that happens. I'm a big fan of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like Kyle, you know who I'm talking about specifically?
Ish Smith.
Nah, Aaron Gordon.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, like Aaron Gordon was a guy who like he could never really find the role in being like the premier dude in Orlando, and like he was trying to like figure it out, and he wasn't a star. He couldn't lead a team, and then he went to the Nuggets, and he just like he fit in so perfectly as like the fourth option, a spark plug off the bench. And he was the athletic dude on that team, like because that was one thing that the Nuggets were missing for a long time. Because Jokic takes 10 days to get up the court, and Michael Porter Jr. is just as slow. And so, like when Murray was like running these fast breaks, it was just a bunch of kind of scrubs. And then all of a sudden, Aaron Gordon comes in, and he's just like, "Hey, I'll slam this shit through the floor." And there you go. So. All right. Beer reviews. Matthew, how was your margarita?
Delicious. I wish I had to.
What'd you make it with?
Casamigos.
Nice. I like to support.
Member of the collection.
Excellent. Kyle, how was your Nestle water?
So,
Would you have it again?
yeah, because it's free.
All right. How was Kendall? How was your Sound of Music beer?
Very good. It's funny you mentioned that. This is right on the can, too. For the family inspired by the Sound of Music. I had it's just called Pilsner, Bohemian Style Lager, at 5.4% alcohol by volume. This is tied for my favorite of the pack so far. This and the Austrian lager. It's got to be a very similar recipe. They had very similar flavor profiles, very rich. I like it because it's very crushable, but it's so different than that of like mass produced beers that kind of would fit that bill. So the only way I can describe it, it is the craft version of it, and it's very tasty. I'm gonna give this 4.6 out of 5. Would absolutely get again.
Nice. I had the Motel Paloma from Victory, the grapefruit summer ale. It's a kind of a lighter, refreshing style ale. The grapefruit is definitely there. There's kind of enough grapefruit where it almost has a quote unquote sour-ish like component, but not fully. It's definitely like an acquired taste though. I don't. Maybe on a really hot day, I could see myself having like 3 of them. I don't think I could sit down and crush a lot of these. It's kind of just too unique of a flavor. 3.1 out of 5, and I would like to try it on draft once.
I like to try you on draft once. Ayo.
Um,
That made me laugh. I don't know why. I don't know if it was the "you want me on draft" or just the AO after that was so perfect. I think it was just kind of all of it. That's so funny. All right. Well, make sure to tune in next week so we can tell you how wrong we were about the draft.
we'll talk NBA playoffs and we'll talk the MLB season as well.
You don't have to talk NBA playoffs.
And I want to talk NBA playoffs, so fuck you, Souls. D'Angelo Russell is fucking killing it, by the way. He's 3 for 3 from behind the arc.
You said LiAngelo Ball?
I didn't say that. And then last but not least, we're going to do another one of those trivia shows in the summertime. And I have already thought of the punishment if you guys lose again.
Ayo.
And do you want to know what it is?
Is it toilet paper?
Nope. I'm gonna go out and buy WWE style wrestling trunks, and you guys are gonna have to recreate WWE intros for the YouTube channel or for the Instagram.
I'm
mean,
definitely doing that.
Hilarious.
I'd do that without a punishment.
All right. Well, I get to pick the intros that you guys do, and let me tell you something, Mass. You're not gonna love yours.
Just make me like the hurricane.
No, Kyle. You have to wear trunks, so you're gonna wear like what Steve Austin wrestles in.
Paul.
Yep.
I've always wanted to be the hurricane.
I know you've always wanted to be the Hurricane, but unfortunately, you're fatter than him.
So?
Ooh, can I come out to Rikishi?
See, now we got someone shooting for the stars. How about this? How about we make Kendall the Hurricane and you could be Rosie, Kyle?
All right, that's fine.
We got a plan.
All right.
Actually, to be completely honest, I was going to have you and Mock be APA.
I don't want to be Bradshaw.
All right,
No, you're
we're
gonna be
getting out of
fruit.
here.
All right, we got to go. Yeah, make sure to tune in next week for post-draft show. We'll do some NBA and MLB, like Massey said. Kendall, where can they find us?
Facebook, Getting Sports with Drunk. Twitter and Instagram, GSWD_4.
Make sure to use hashtag GSWD for all your daily uses, whether it is making sure that you win $5 on a bet or
Drafting
Columbus.
Like, follow, subscribe wherever you find your podcasts and internet radio shows. We are there.
Oh. So until after the draft, I'm your hostess, Cupcake the Riddler.
I'm Mock.
Arena.
The best Chris Massey.
And the Red of a Red Baron.
Meow.
Meow.
Yeah.